Today, I'm here to listen to a very, very interesting story, the story of Dr. Mitch Egwang. He is a veterinary doctor, he is a media personality, he is a businessman, he is a podcaster, he is a single father, and he is also a mentor. In there is a story that you and I are going to enjoy. So let's go in, change clothes, and see how we begin this story. See you soon.
Mr. Kasumba. What's going on, bro? Good to see you.
It's good to see you, Doc.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. This is a lovely place.
I'm sorry. These is Salazamwe, Shibagamba, huh? These are our prayers, huh? Your prayers.
You know the issues of living large these days, huh?
Totally. Some of us, we worked hard for our things, huh? Worked hard. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So, if ever one day you come and you've got a bit of time, you know, we have issues, you and I, we will deal with our issues on the pool table.
Even before I go,
yes,
I think we might make some time.
I think so. It's a good idea. Good idea. But good to see you.
Good to see you.
What's up? How's Jobo?
Jobo is good.
Huh?
It's a good season. We are celebrating 18 years.
Nice,
around
nice.
18.
And how many years have you been there?
10. It's the longest place I've ever worked.
No kidding.
I'm that difficult to employ.
Are they planning on getting rid of you, or they're happy with your services?
No. The boss said I will, at least I have another 20 years. He and I will live, and our children will take over.
Good. So anyhow, so this is my favorite room, by the way.
Why?
I call it my retro room. So I sit here, chill. I have my.
Are these LPs?
It's the LPs, bro.
Let me see some of this collection.
So my collection is almost everything that you can imagine from back in from Elton John, The Temptations.
Oh, this.
Was James Brown.
Let me see if I can remember a song here.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Do people still know The Temptations?
Dude, Maxi Priest.
Wow. Maxi Priest and Shabba.
That's it, man. So this is...
You definitely must have the Carpenters.
I've got the Carpenters somewhere there. So this is me.
Now, if you don't know the Carpenters, ta 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 ta, I'm on the top of the world.
Lekayo. So this is where I chillax over the weekend. This is sitting back, relaxing.
Now, the young people don't know what this is. So you need to let them know.
So
that
here...
This, back in the day...
Yes.
This is how music was played.
Yes.
So you got one of these. Let me see if I still know how to get them out. Yeah, one of these. This is what they call an LP. So you get one of these, you put it right there, and then this.
That's it. It's put on.
You put it on. Now the beauty about this was forwarding and rewinding was that.
That is correct.
So if you want to forward,
in fact, after the interview, we'll do a segment where we'll just sit here and do a conversation while I'm playing some of my favorite tracks
on here. Now that is what I'm looking for.
Yes.
So this is your favorite place.
This is my favorite room. I call it my retro room because it's got an opportunity for me not to play LPs. I play CDs. I play cassette tapes also. You see that? So,
wow.
You see? And when was the last time you saw this?
No, it's been a while. And if somebody has a pen, I'll show you how to rewind these. So
that's it.
The interesting thing was when it was broken, all you needed was sellotape and put it back together.
You man, you have kuyiyada. You are really kuyiyada.
We were not planned like you.
Manyira, the city planned kid, but I'm a hard-working kid. After you.
After me, thank you.
Yeah.
And then...
So here, welcome to... This is what I call my Marco Polo Wall of Fame.
Marco Polo Wall of Fame.
Now, You've been everywhere. Do you remember who Marco Polo was?
Yes, Marco Polo moved from...
please don't lie, because you know...
I know one of the places I think was called Peking.
Yes.
I think
China.
Yeah. I think he moved from Vienna to Peking.
Let's just know he was an explorer.
Yes.
So now I have explored many places around the world. So I do two things. Every time I travel to a new destination, I pick up some of these fridge magnets, and I realized that if I was to put them on the fridge, they would fill up too quickly.
So you got a wall.
So I built a wall.
I see some interesting places.
Oh yes.
What does somebody do in Panama?
Let me tell you what. I have been to close to 23 countries in this world. Wow. The places that I haven't been to, I tell my friends, let me travel through your eyes.
Yeah, interesting.
So guys have brought me, these are like 157.
So you haven't been to Panama yet?
I haven't been to Panama, but most of these places...
But you've been to Philippines? Is it Philippines or Philippines?
It's Philippines. Have you seen it somewhere?
Philippines.
Yes. Yeah. Philippines, a friend of mine brought me this one here.
And then Thailand?
Of course.
That's the right spelling?
Yes. It's not Thailand, it's Thailand.
It's Thailand.
But I see where your mind is. I see where your mind is.
Not my mind of a lot of people.
Yes.
Yes. And
Paris,
yes. That's in
Kenya.
You speak French?
Oh, je parle très bien français.
Oui.
It's okay. Let's move on. So this is my wall of fame.
And where else? I'm going to see some very interesting places.
There are a lot of interesting places. Oh, this is a place, Wales. The place with the longest name in the world.
This is in Wales?
That's in Wales, yes. Yeah. One of my aunties stay there. I think that's Auntie Joanne who stays there.
That's in Welsh?
That's in Welsh.
That's in Welsh, yes. I studied in the University of Wales, Lambton.
Ah.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh no, but this is one of the most interesting places. It's called New Caledonia.
New Caledonia.
Until
you been there?
Until I traveled there, I had not heard of it. So a friend of mine was getting married. So he called me up and he says, you know what? I'm getting married in a place called New Caledonia. I had to look it up on the map. From here to Addis. From Addis, you travel now all the way to where? You travel to the Far East and you land in what's the place? I'll find a map. Singapore. Okay. You land in Singapore, but you have to spend the night because from there you do another 12 hours. It's to the north of Australia, right in the middle of the Pacific.
I did a wedding in Antalya.
Where's Antalya?
In Turkey. Some very, very interesting Afro-Asian Ugandans.
Yes.
Very, very passionate about their Ugandanness. Had a destination wedding in Antalya and they wanted a Ugandan MC. They were very particular.
Nice.
So Indians from all over the world descended. And you know Indian weddings, they're like 3 days. Some wedding that.
Dude, you've been places.
These Indians taught me how to love Uganda. I had never seen Ugandans that love Uganda like these Indians. I don't think we love Uganda as much as they do.
Let me tell you something. There are few people in this world who love Uganda more than me. Because everywhere I go, I carry the flag of my Ugandanness.
Okay.
So don't play games with me.
Very interesting. So this brings me to a very interesting question.
Yes.
Were you born and raised here?
I was born in Uganda.
Where?
But now, this is the interesting story. My roots are from the north.
Yeah.
A little bit of Acholi, a little bit of Lango. But I was actually born in Mulago Hospital. 1975, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Your dad
28th of May.
That means your parents were civil servants?
Nope. Scientists. But that's a story for a bit later.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. And then here?
So this is what we call the den.
The den.
This is the den where we chillax, we tell stories, and on the side I've got different individuals. That's my grandfather from my father's side, that's grandfather from my mother's side.
So who was he? This one?
Yes, that's my grandfather.
This guy.
Yes, Julio Petero Abe Atuoki. Abe.
A-B-E-R.
A-B-E.
A-B-E.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the other one is called Atuoki.
So he was mixed parentage?
No. The interesting thing, you need to understand the history of the Luos and how they are linked with another tribe.
Yeah.
But we can discuss that one. And that one, that's my other grandfather. His name is Peter Wacha.
So you had two Peteros?
Two Peteros.
Oh, interesting.
Peter means rock, right?
Yeah.
No, but have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
Have a seat. Welcome, welcome.
Interesting.
Good to have you here. Good to have you here.
Doc, I've always had this feeling that you never grew up in Uganda. I don't know where that comes from, but that's the kind of feeling I have. If that's true, then I'd like you to paint us a picture of your early memories of you growing up wherever it was. Silence.
You know, having to rewind a time machine and go back 51 years is a difficult thing. But I tell you what, my earliest memories are from a place called Anyeke. Now, Anyeke is in the heart of northern Uganda, just a few kilometers from Lira. Okay. And that's where my grandmother and all my aunties and uncles used to live. I used to go to a school there, and I remember, until today actually, if ever you see me holding a pen, okay, I hold a pen like this. Because you see, back then we didn't have pencils or chalk, so I used to use a stick to impress on the ground, and nobody actually taught me how to hold a pen. So I hold a pen like a spear. But my handwriting is amazing. I'll give you samples of my handwriting. So that was way back, I think, if I'm correct, probably 1979, because I was born in 75.
Okay.
So this was in a place called Anyeke, though I was born in Mulago. And but my earliest memory, I think it's there. We used to have a tractor right in the middle of it was an old tractor. We used to play around with it, and then I had two friends, one called Oje, another one called Okelo, and we used to have a catapult, and we used to go out and shoot birds. Man, you know, there's this joke here that us guys from the north, please, when birds are flying over the north, man, it's an area of high risk. Yes. So our place was one of those risky
Did you ever
areas.
eat the bird?
Man, delicious, man. Delicious. Don't play games. That's why they say that
what
us
kind of
guys...
birds are these?
I have no idea, but we just call them guano.
So, okay. So I thought guano was chicken.
It's just...
It's broad thing.
Broad thing, yes.
Okay. So you roast them, you boil them?
We roast them. But
how big are they?
Is there a word for small birds even in Luo? And his Meleblau is suspicious.
I mean, this thing is that small.
But they're delicious all the same.
Very interesting. Oh, you're born in 75.
75.
Yeah, so you show up a year after I had.
Uh-huh.
I was born in 74. But, so those are the... So your parents lived and worked there?
Now, my mom... actually, my father was working outside of Uganda at that particular time. And he was a research scientist. So we used to travel quite a bit. So my first memories were of Oyam.
Yes.
But I had scattered memories of us growing up in Canada.
Okay.
Okay. So I remember we used to live in a neighborhood where we used to ride a lot of bikes and what. So, and I know first thing you're going to be thinking is that planned kid and the rest.
Not when you have Nyeke.
Anyeke.
Anyeke and Oyam. So how then do you... Oh, well, your father was a research scientist. So that's how somehow you have Canada in there.
Exactly. So
for how long?
It was, you see, he was doing his master's.
Okay.
So we used to go in and out. So I think there was a time we'd come back. I've actually never asked my mom the full chronology. All I know is that we grew up in Canada, did a little bit of a place called Guelph, Ontario. There was a University of Guelph is where Mzee was studying. He was a vet, but he did parasitology, he did immunology, all those ologies.
Okay. And it's the expectation that I would understand what you're saying.
No, but let us proceed. Huh? Let us proceed.
Let's proceed. So your dad was a vet, and mom, housewife?
Mom was an administrator. She was a secretary for some time. And then after that, when we came into the picture, she started taking care of us. She went back to work, I think, when I was 10 or 11.
Okay.
Yes, but she was a homemaker, administrator, secretary at the same time.
Okay, fine. There's Canada, there's Mulago, there's Anyeke, there's Oyam. So where was the best from which everything was happening? Mulago, Canada, and all these things.
Now, this is the unique thing about my life story. I was what they call a citizen of the world. You know, before the word Muyiribi even came to being, but we were what we call these gypsies.
Yeah, gypsies. That's what I was looking for.
Yes, we were gypsies.
Yeah.
Because I can remember being in Kenya for some time, living in Uganda, spending time in the UK, going to Canada. Then from Canada is when I started being, you know, I became self-aware because I was 5. So I did 2 years in Canada, 2.5 years. Then we moved to a place called Cleveland, Ohio. So from Cleveland, Ohio, then we moved to a place called California. Then from California, came back to Uganda in 1987. From 87, moved to Gabon.
Okay.
So Gabon is where, Gabon is right in the middle of Francophone Africa. So I stayed in Gabon from 87 till 1995, 96. But
So
I was
Gabon
now
was
traveling.
really long.
It was long because Mzee was, I think he got a good job offer there. But then I started coming to and fro because I did my S1 from 1990 in Uganda.
Okay.
So we started doing to and fro. I would fly back. There, I must admit, there I was a planned kid because I used to be a Musama. I used to fly out during the holidays.
Yeah. So people are going to the villages. You're also going to the villages.
Me, I was going to Entebbe. My plane was your taxi.
I am also very planned going into the break. We'll catch you. I don't know what you're drinking, but we are in things.
Great.
After the break.
No. I'm not in things. Please, I'm not in things.
Every life begins in a moment like this. Certain, planned, full of promise. For us, it's a bold ambition to make lives better. Because somewhere, someone is stepping into a world of work for the first time with the confidence that their retirement is taken care of. We make dreams possible. From owning homes to scaling businesses. And when health takes an unexpected turn, help is there when it's needed most. And because legacies matter, what people build does not end with them. It's passed on. We value moments with go-getters, bold dreamers and believers. Different paths, different rhythms, with one shared belief that financial freedom is within reach. For 40 years, we've made lives better and fueled Uganda's economy. Through careful investment, we have supported businesses, created jobs, and backed our nation. To us, it's more than saving. It's believing in effort, in patience, in possibility. It's making lives better. We believe in you, in us, and in Uganda.
NSSF, 40 years of making lives better.
The parent is Tuliahewa Dixon. And the child is Tuliahewa Esther.
Kambera gwete kwa mchisha ngo ishe watu yahewa Esther wahangura school fees ngene na hateja shana amashemero bagonka MTN momo eberewo mbeni nyegasta igana kaga ni 5 sta munana 0 hash kushashuro mwana school fees tokoma nyo mchisheri zagwijo wanje ninga nchaka ngwasa kuzo wawe mwebare munonga.
Conex 500C rebars with cut and bend surfaces. Roofing's strength of a nation.
The problem is the foundation.
Do you know the kind of cement I'm using in this foundation? I guarantee you even my grandchildren will come and find this house.
You buy your buy today and get the job done. Strong, reliable, available at hardware shops countrywide.
The biggest World Cup Final Fans Festival is here! In Zambia on the 19th of July 2026. Forget about your tiny living room TV. On the final of the World Cup, all roads lead to the Yes Center in Zambia. Yes, will it be Brazil, Argentina, France, or Morocco? Catch all the drama on giant screens with Uganda's top artists, lethal DJs, and non-stop food and drinks. Tickets are selling fast. One match, one nation. Get your ticket now by dialing *165*20# and follow the prompts or go to Momo Ticketing. Organized by JAK Sports and Pacific Events.
Flavor Muka Chupa. Taste our refreshing, juicy flavors in our 250 ml and 400 ml packs. Splash Kachupa. Flavor Muka Chupa.
This is not just a run. This is a movement with purpose. Join us on 30th August 2026 at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds for the Cancer Run 2026. Starting at 6 a.m. Also taking place simultaneously in other districts across Uganda for the completion of the One-Stop Cancer Center at Nsambya Hospital. Registration is only 30,000 Ugandan shillings online using Gonza Pay. Kits are available at all Centenary Bank branches, Capital Shoppers outlets, Bread House branches, the Cancer Run office on Zimwa Road, Muyenga, the Rotary Uganda office at Nick Building, and Rotary clubs across the country. The Rotary Cancer Run 2026 is organized in partnership with the Parliament of Uganda, Centenary Bank, Crystal Water, and Next Media Group.
Financial tips brought to you by Pride Bank. Avoid lifestyle inflation. As your income grows, don't let your spending grow at the same time. Increase your savings and investments before upgrading your lifestyle. Financial tips brought to you by Pride Bank.
Can I have a light, please? What is this?
Castle Light, the best testing light.
Try it.
Try it, try it, try it. Da, 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 da.
Guys, look at this post.
Nothing hits like extra cold. Castle Light. Try it.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Dinga like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuli dongo ulira muli, momotsema kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, elendungu ya kusabula. We gonna do free on fire, free on fire, free on fire.
Did you know? Brought to you by
Fake spare parts can be deceiving. They seem cheaper, they seem good enough, they get you moving for now. But what you don't see is the hidden cost. Damage to your car, endless repairs, wasted time off the road, and potential risk to lives. In the long run, fake parts cost you more. Choose genuine parts from any CFA or mobility location countrywide.
Did you know? Brought to you by We understand that everyone yearns for a clean, tidy, and convenient working environment. That's why 7-Star Cleaning Services, we strive to provide highly customizable cleaning solutions using environmentally friendly chemicals, state-of-the-art equipment, and well-trained workforce for our clients. Visit our head office, Plot 4691, Ntinda Chisasi Road. Contact us on our official lines 0393 243 503 or visit our social media platforms. 7-Star Cleaning Services, a remarkable difference.
The thing about people and power is stories, and you get into people's life story. Sometimes you resonate with it, sometimes you learn from it, and more importantly, you get inspired by it. Dr. Gwang, growing up outside Uganda, when did you start to feel Ugandan before even we get to the uncomfortable feeling of feeling an outsider? Because if you're in and out, sometimes you don't know whether this is home, or when you're flying out, you say, I'm going home.
I'll tell you what, I had a very unsettling experience. Because when we left Uganda, it was during the war. And being a young boy and living in the middle of urban America, because we lived in the US, and I think that's when I realized that I didn't belong to the American society. And that happened one summer, because we used to have libraries. So during the summer, they would give you a quota and say, you have to read X number of books to get number of stars, and then you are given an award at the end of the summer. So one holiday, I landed on a book about Uganda. And this is P3. I'm reading, and then lo and behold, I discover, because I knew I was a Ugandan, but I'd actually never seen what Uganda was as a country. So I started seeing its history, and it started making sense. But then it also now started giving me a nostalgia for something that I had never actually known. So in P3, discovering that book made me now start asking myself, so where am I from? What's my language? Something that my parents had been doing for the longest time is that to backbite us as children, because we were 5. I was the eldest of 5 kids. They would always speak in Luo at home. But me, since I'd grown up, I understood bits and pieces of it. So that kept me culturally linked to where I came from. But I never understood what the capital was. I didn't know about the different towns. That book that I discovered in P3 is when I realized that, hey, that is my home. So I felt like a Ugandan, I think, only in my P3. Now, an uncomfortable experience which happened around that time is that when you're young, that's when you start being picked on. And in the US, you know, there's something about blacks and Caucasians, blacks and whites. Huh? Now, I was chocolate black. So they used to call me Wild African. Now, it's not funny.
Wild African?
Huh? So don't laugh. Chirikutukako. Huh? These are things which are, they traumatize the young me. But that was
it's the description that gets me, not the pejorative.
No, but that was it. And they used to pick on me because, one, I was darker skinned than
Is this the Caucasians or the
this is the
children of the sugarcane growers?
The children of the sugarcane growers, because I was darker than them and I was smarter than them.
Yeah.
In most of the classes, you see, if I was not number one, I was number 2 or 3 behind the Chinese kids.
Okay.
You see, because it was either the Africans or the Asians who were the smartest in the class.
Yeah.
So they used to pick on me because I was dark skinned. But little did I know that the older you get, you become tall, dark, and handsome. You're not tall, brown, and handsome like you. It doesn't happen.
I'm considered dark.
Let us move on, because between you and me,
well, the ladies will decide. So that's your earliest recollection of feeling Ugandan. Did that unsettle you?
I tell you what, it made me want to belong.
Okay.
Growing up outside of Uganda, one of the things you want to do is that you want to align yourself to an identity. First of all, you want to find yourself, because the Caucasians or the whites had their culture. They had their Christmases, they had their Thanksgiving. The blacks had their urban, they had their black pop culture. We as Africans, we actually also had our identity as Africans. So we had Kenyans, we had Nigerians, and we all used to get together.
So you were more closer to them?
Yes.
To the Kenyans because they were closer.
It was we had an African alliance.
Okay.
So I remember we used to get together on Christmas, we used to get together on holidays as Africans.
Okay.
There was no definition that I'm a Ugandan.
Okay.
We were just Africans.
Very interesting. So you grew up speaking multiple languages.
Yes.
That should be, well, you talk about your sketch in Luo. Eventually, I think you polish it.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Languages like Luo, you'll be shocked that there are even some elders who are still learning Luo.
True.
Till today.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot of languages.
Yes.
So then because there's Gabon in there, so there's French comes into the
yes,
picture.
Yes, that's true.
Fine English.
That's true.
Or the version they call American.
No. I'll shock you.
By the way, I've never heard you speaking American English.
No.
How did you escape it?
No, the thing is this. The English that I actually can say I learned and I utilized is mostly from Canada. And Canadian English is cleaner than American English.
I agree with you.
You know,
I agree with you. Because you sound more English than American, and now that makes sense. So speak to me about the doors that get to be open by being the multilingual Mitch.
I'll tell you what. I believe we all have the ability to speak, but not everybody has the ability to communicate.
Okay.
You see that? So when you decide to apply yourself, and that's something that from the earliest age, I saw there was an opportunity to do. So this is an interesting thing, I'll tell you, Samson. When I got to North America, and I was in Canada, I spoke Luo, okay? And I spoke actually Luo before I learned English.
Okay.
Then I learned my English in Canada. And picking it up, I realized that communication was important. I spoke such good English that by the time I was 7, we went to a church in Cleveland, Ohio called Church of the Redeemer. And we were only 3 or 4 black kids. And that was myself, actually 3. It was myself, my sister, and my brother. But shockingly, in the annual Easter pageant, it was like a play, they always kept picking me, the black kid, to play the part of Jesus.
So you were the first black Jesus.
I was the first black Jesus
that America could have known.
I don't know if it was in America, but just know, Church of the Redeemer
accepted the black Jesus.
1980, I think it was 1982, 83. I was the one who kept playing that particular part.
Very interesting. So when do you plan to serve us?
Watch it, man. Watch it. No, but that's the purpose of communication. You use it to actually share messages. And little did I know that the confidence that I was picking up, and it came from being able to be trained. And I realized that there was no shame in going up, learning a few parts, and going and expressing yourself in front of people.
And the truth is that a lot of people have their public speaking careers beginning in church and taking up roles in church. I think that's...
Is that where you picked up yours?
Absolutely, absolutely. We had very, very known roles to play in the church service in very, very early on in my life. I think about 4 or 5, if I could remember right. So when then do you learn French? Canada still?
Fast forward to 1987. My father was given an opportunity either to become an associate professor in Pennsylvania, and if that had happened, we wouldn't be having this discussion now. Because I would have stayed in the United States, and the entire family would have, because we were on I think it was on a J1 visa, so if it had continued, or an H1 visa, we would have extended our stay.
There were visas back then?
Oh, yes.
As long as you could fly, you went.
You had to have a visa. So I had an opportunity, if the family had stayed there, I would have changed my nationality
and become American.
But interesting thing happened. He also got an opportunity in Francophone Africa, in Gabon.
Okay.
So we flew, came to Uganda, spent a few months, then went to West Africa. Did not know a single word of French. But
your dad did?
Neither did he. The entire family was clueless. Nobody knew.
How did he pass that interview? Oh, his brain.
Remember, it's an international research center. The place was called the Centre International de Recherche Médicale de Franceville.
I'll ask my producer to repeat that.
So basically, Centre International for Research Medical Franceville.
Okay, repeat that again in French.
Centre International de Recherche Médicale de Franceville.
The challenge with French is the gutturals, because you speak it here.
I'm very sorry for you, but we shall assist you.
So he gets
the opportunity.
Yes.
I'm thrown neck deep into a place with new culture, and I was given 3 months. 3 months to actually start learning a language, because guess what? I was forced to go and do now my P6 in a Francophone place. Remember, I've come straight from the US.
Yes.
And that is the American system. Now I have to learn in French.
Okay.
So they gave me a French tutor. I learned how to speak basic French in 3 months. We didn't have Duolingo back then. No. This was a hardcore analog.
Very interesting. I'll ask later, because there's a rumor going around that Gabonese are very, very beautiful women. But I'll ask that a little later. But for now, let me stay.
I was in P6, man. Focus on the agenda.
I'll ask that a little later. But for now, let's talk about words. Is there a phrase or word from your childhood that doesn't translate, something that makes sense in one language and completely skewed In another.
Oh! Now this one here is a problem. This one is a problem. There's a language growing up in Gabon. It was a francophone culture.
Yeah.
However, the greetings in that language is an abuse here in Luganda.
In Luganda.
I kid you not. And you had to learn the greeting in Gabon. And
by the time you knew Luganda?
No, we had no idea. Okay, and for the sake of the discussion, I'm going to lengthen it and I'm going to greet. And it was even the name of a shopping center.
Yeah, there's a Swiss player.
Exactly. What is his name? Exactly. It's the same thing. And that's a greeting. It's a greeting in, I think it's in Bapuno. Bapuno. And that's the name of a shopping
morning
center.
Greeting or afternoon?
It's a greeting. You greet someone and say and I think I might even have a picture. I'll check and see. But that's a greeting. Wow. And you actually have to greet people like that. If you don't, it's abusive.
So did you let them know later on when you learned Luganda?
No.
You've never gone back to tell them?
No, I have gone back and I have some friends who've lived with me here and I tell them, dude, do you know what the heck you guys are doing putting on the sides of buildings?
But I'm not so sure that word is a Luganda word. But
it's
anyway,
not a Luganda word.
That's a conversation for a
But it's in Hamilton called the Gibsons. Actually, Pastor Gibson and the wife. He came to visit us and told us stories about when he used to be in Zambia. And it was such a shock, and it just goes to show you how life is so special. Fast forward close to 10 years later, when we come back to Uganda for holidays in 1989, we find he started a church in Uganda.
Pastor Gibson.
That's Pastor Gary. Because remember, he had come to Canada to tell us stories about Africa. And lo and behold, many years later, he starts up Watoto.
Okay. So you met Pastor Gary Skinner before many Ugandans?
Way before. Okay. Way before. But it's because my mother kept taking us to church because she saw the importance of us having what they call a moral compass. Because you see, as human beings, you ask yourself, what is going to be your guiding light in your life? As human beings, we're going to have challenges. And moral compasses can be swayed right, left, and center. You see how social media and technology has given people totally new perspectives. But the word of the Almighty stays the same.
And at some point, we'll come back to that because I've always wondered how you can be this famous and still anchored in God, because many people want God up. When they get there, he is useless. But I can tell you something that I do know, is that we're taking a very minute break. When we come back, there's another very interesting version of this conversation. But for now, be very careful with foreign languages.
Why pay for someone else's repairs? Say goodbye to hidden costs and hello to peace of mind of a brand new start. Discover the Suzuki range of unmatched, fuel-efficient, and reliable options. From the iconic Jimny to the new Across Hybrid. Find the perfect blend of style and world-class efficiency. Upgrade today and enjoy 1 year of free fuel and comprehensive insurance, plus 2 years of free service and a 3-year warranty. Trade in your current car or choose financing to start driving as you pay installments. Don't wait. Visit the Suzuki showroom today or call 0800-211-033 to get started.
The parent is Tuliahewa Dixon. And the child is Tuliahewa Esther.
Kambera gwete kwa mchisha ngo ishe watu yayewa Esther wahangura school fees ngene na hateja shana mashemero magonka MTN momo eberewo mbeni nyegasta iganakaga ni 5 sta manana 0 hash kushashuro mwana school fees tokoma nyo mchisheri zagwisho wanje ninga nchaka nkubasa kuzo wawe mwebare munonga
kuno abakozi bakyayambala ebintu ebyo bisambala bannannyini makolero zi kampuni abakozi mu bafunira uniforms eziri ku mulembe okuva mu Jude Color Solutions banyirire bafulume mu material ne design ebiriko ate nga kuliko n'akabonero ka kampuni yo olwo business babantu mu maaso bagimanye tosubwa campaign eno omulamwa gugamba nti stand out mu uniform yo ne Jude Color Solutions bali ku Prime Complex ku Johnson Street shop number C24 esimu noti 772 anamu5 kyendamwemu 29 wamu ne ku www.judecolorsolutions.com.
Chakala, I drink a rocko boom boom, I dance.
Name naye nije mwana Moro Sharif ngali mwikarani wa hano ekogere akakongoro kanu nakabana munaura etupa ye rock boom naberengale byamu namasangani munahandikire 500k so nganira babantu abamasa bakayanyiherera ye mutwaro makumi atano.
Boom Chakala is back with double energy. Grab a rock boom or silverback energy. Check under the cap. What you see is what you win. Rock boom, energy for winners.
It is people on power, and so far we have just landed on the power of language and also the power of a mother anchoring a son, an African son, in the Lord and His Word. Was there something in the relationship between you and your mom that at the time you didn't appreciate, but later on when you get your own children, as you speak to them, you now appreciate that much more than you did at the time?
I tell you what, I think one of the most difficult decisions you can have is to not want to accept that your mom was right, but my mom was a disciplinarian. You know what her nickname was in the family?
No.
We call her the Dragon.
The Dragon.
The Dragon. What do you call dragon in Uganda?
Dragon.
It's not there.
There is a word for it. I just don't know it. It can't be Numba.
Kale Tuleke. Let's not lie on national TV. But just know, in our clan, she was called the Dragon. She was fierce. She still is fierce. I am 51, but when my mom calls me up right now and I know that I'm in the wrong, I still shake. But it was the fact that she didn't take nonsense, and she was mean. There are times that she would kung fu kick you into the closet. These are not funny things. Let's not laugh at them now. But let's just know that she was tight.
Yeah, my mom was a tad worse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because hers was when there were issues to sort out, she needed the cable. Either the one plucked out of the radio remains from the electric wiring.
I have had almost everything used on me, from ladles to cables to sticks which have been broken to shoes.
Just like myself.
Yes.
Because I've come to the place to understand that in my case it was necessary because I wasn't the easiest of kids.
Neither was I.
Have you also come to that place where you say this was necessary?
That's where I was coming from, because you see, you'd never want to admit it, because my children keep asking me, tell us stories of when you were young. And when you admit that you are also a problem, you see, it's your fault that we're acting like this. It's genetic. Yeah. And my daughter, who's 15, and my son, who's 12, they have this thing of being able to tag. They tag behavior.
They're like, grandmother, is this us or your dad was also?
That's it. So I think it's because of my behavior. I'd like to say her her skill is in identifying my shortcomings and disciplining me for them. She's been able to keep reminding me that these are things that you're passing on to your kids. You need to deal with them too.
So was there a tension between that relationship?
I tell you what.
Or you were able to tell?
I was able to understand that she did it out of love.
Okay.
And I think I understand that now. And growing up, yes, we used to hold a grudge for a day or two. But at the end of the day, your mother is your mother.
Okay, very interesting.
Love is love.
If she was sitting right here, what would be the largest difference between the boy she raised and the man you've become? Or she's out there saying, looking at you and thinking, that's a miracle. I never knew he would do this. Given, my mother knows I am a miracle because she gave up on me, handed me to the Lord, and also that didn't work.
I'll tell you what. My mother told me that growing up, number one, they thought that I had a speech impediment.
Okay.
And I started speaking a bit late in my life. But the thing is that when I did start speaking, I never shut up.
Okay.
And it's something that I've honed. And she used to realize it. And it's actually not even my mother who saw this, but my grandmother. We used to call her lovingly Atat. And she used to notice that everywhere I was going, there would be a crew of other kids around me. And I had this magnetic ability to have people around me. And she realized that this guy here has something about him. And growing up, she kept pushing me and saying that, you know what, I know that you have potential. There's a time in primary school, I think it was in P4, I was picked out of the class for what they call a GT class. GT in the US is gifted and talented. And I was picked in, and when I took it home, I was extremely proud of myself. And she said, you know what? I knew you were smart, so there's nothing special about this. So by the time she had I expect that from you attitude, it means that she knew that I would become something. And going forward in life, I'll tell you the time when I kept thinking, these guys here, either they know something that I don't know. When I came back to Uganda, in S1, they made me do S1 instead of S2 because I was supposed to go to S2, but they said, you're coming from a francophone country to an anglophone. You might not adjust. Do S1 again. So they made me repeat S1. Guess what? In my first term, I was 27th out of 163 kids.
Coming francophone?
Coming from francophone. And my parents were disappointed. They said, you can't be repeating and you're 27. The next time I was second.
Still in S1?
Still in S1. I was second out of the 163.
And they still kept you in S1?
No, but
Which school was this?
This was Namliango.
But Namliango should also apologize.
Please, leave me.
How did the other kids that you were beating, coming from francophone, feeling?
No, one of the things is that I am happy that they kept me in that class.
Were you at Namliango at the time Alan Kasuja was there?
Alan was a year ahead of me.
Okay, so I was looking for some of the people you were beating.
Yes, no, I wasn't beating Alan, but Alan was a year ahead of me.
Okay, very
no,
good.
but still, my parents kept pushing me, and I love the fact that they saw potential in me, and even if I did well, they said you can still do better. So the difference that she would see is that she would see the person that they saw that I could be, and the person that I became. And I'm sure they would be like, this is where I wanted you to be, but still today, I'm sure my mother thinks you can still do more.
Very interesting. So someone can tell, maybe I'm reading in hindsight, that it was ordained by God. Some will say it was written in the stars, that your life will be around people. And this magnet that gets people and their teeth all over the place. So then what were you doing in veterinary medicine? And how did you end up there, other than being inspired by your dad? Or simply being good at stuff in school?
I think that's an interesting question, Samson. You remember how they tell you that it's always good for you to have the right mentorship and the right guidance? Growing up, we were talking about this off camera. We need to be able to understand that careers, jobs, and professions are no longer what they used to be. Back then, if you weren't a lawyer, a doctor, or an engineer, you weren't anyone.
And you were a veterinary doctor because you couldn't become a human doctor most of the time.
Do you know what? Do you know what happened?
No.
I missed human medicine by 0.1. And I was the last guy. And I had an opportunity to go to where? To Mbarara. I said no. And it's good I said no, because I would have missed
because I hear you have to study chickens, then horses,
yes.
But it's definitely people and power. People say City regular. Now I have met somebody who is genuinely not regular. Dr. Mitch Egwang, like genuinely, Dr. Mitch Egwang, like a veterinary doctor. And nothing against those of you who did human medicine. Although the caveat is that if he had done very well, he did. We'll see you next time. Have a very good one.